Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. These are the words of an old Negro spiritual. Inherent in the song is the belief that freedom is being with the Lord. But what if you knew that true freedom is being the Lord Himself? Join us and see if we can understand what is true freedom by asking, who or what am I? Who am I?
Who am I?
Who? Our purpose is to awaken.
Who am I?
To awaken to absolute truth.
Am I?
Who am I?
Who? Our purpose is to awaken to absolute truth.
Absolute.
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 Absolute truth.
Our purpose is to awaken. Are they one and the same? Absolute truth. That's our purpose.
Who am I?
Okay, now y'all want me to sing again?
No.
Now wait a minute. Now I'm free to sing, right?
That's right.
Yeah, you know. I remember when I was at Morehouse
free to go
pledging my fraternity. You know, same with the Archibald, apple for apple. Anyway, they used to tell me, Carter, you hum, and don't hum too loud, okay? Anyway, but we are looking at, okay, for the last couple of shows, we've been looking at something called freedom, okay? And we were trying to really see what that really is. Who will be against freedom? Okay, so I've been against motherhood or something, all right? So it's like, well, yeah, I want to be free, but we're looking at, can you be free and still have something called you? Okay, can you be free and worship God? Can you be free, in this country we call the land of freedom? Okay, did Jehovah really want, quote, his people to be free? He gave them commandments. He said 10, but actually 613, okay? And if he's commanding them to do something, is he saying that you're free? Even though he says you have free will. But Jehovah, do you really understand what freedom is, Jehovah, or Allah, or whatever your name is? Have you really investigated what freedom is? Jehovah, do you really know what God is? Huh? But I know this may sound blasphemous to something, but we want to keep going deeper and deeper. I don't want anybody to stop me, all right? I will not let you or anybody stop me from asking questions. Leonard.
I just thought of another maybe slight definition for freedom.
Okay.
You said it's unrestricted or boundless. It also may be the absence of any needs as well.
Okay.
Would you say that?
All right.
Yeah.
That you're saying freedom is the absence of needs, right?
Right.
You agree with that, Gloria? Why?
What?
Then you agree with, I thought I heard amen for you when Leonard said that. The absence, he said freedom is the absence of any need. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I thought you were amening him.
I wasn't.
Oh, you are?
I'm not. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just not sure about when you say. It's like maybe going back to you don't define something by saying what it's not.
Okay.
So freedom just is. It isn't the absence of anything. It just is.
Okay. Joan, you got
But if
something.
you said continuously that with human identity, the whole issue of lack
Okay.
plays such an important role, then why would not having lack, i.e., needs, etc., not be within God's identity?
Okay, Lydia.
It seems like you would have to first acknowledge the existence of need for there to be a, quote, absence of it. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like there can't be need in the first place. It's not need in the first place to be absent.
Yeah. Yeah, can an absence be?
No.
Okay, yeah. I mean, absence is absent. It's not. It's a not. Can a not be? Okay, and so this is what what Linda is pointing to. Okay, see, the human mind, as Joan, as you're saying, has to have something called I don't have. Okay, once I identify as a human, I got to have something called air. Okay, so I got to go outside of me. There's something that is a source outside of me. And all humans have as a premise that there is a source outside of them. And so they're lacking something. Okay? When I came out of my mother, Ruth Carter, I cried, I assume. Okay? And because there was a need. All right? That I was lacking something called food, water, and so forth, what we call the essentials. And I thought the source was Ruth Carter. All of us did that, okay? But that reinforces this thing called I don't have, all right? Now, can God say that? When I say God, I don't mean Jehovah. Because it's supposed in the Bible where Jehovah made his mistake was that he felt that he wanted something called obedience. All right? He told Adam, and this is a story. All right? It's just a story. There's no truth in it. But it points to that Jehovah is like Alan Carter. Okay? Alan Carter and Jehovah are very similar. He's just a super Alan Carter. Okay? In the sense that he said, I don't have something. I don't have something called obedience. Adam and Eve, you were supposed to obey me. And then he got mad when he didn't get what he wanted. And then that's, the story. Okay? So, yes, when Linda is saying, and what Gloria was saying, and what you're saying, Lydia, that there's always presence. There cannot be absence. Okay? There's nothing but presence. Now, for a human, though, there is something called an absence. With all the air was out of this room, all was going, that kind of stuff. Because we think we are a body, and the body needs air. But can Jehovah needs something. He needs obedience. He set himself up, for the fall. He was too stupid to realize that he was complete. Okay? He didn't know that nothing is outside of him. He had to create something outside of himself. And that's where Jehovah made his mistake. Jehovah, Allah, whatever. It's God. And he could be Zeus, he can be Apollo, whatever. But all of us have to worship a God that is outside of us, which means he's not free. He's limited. Okay? And so it's like, well, Alan Carter thinks he's limited. I'm not where you are, Joan. So I'm fixed right here, right now, in this little space right here, because I'm a body, I think. All right? So now I cannot be somewhere else. But can the infinite absolute say that? This is something to think about, to ponder. Who am I? Who is this I that keeps saying I'm a body? Yeah, Gloria.
It's something in your introduction. Freedom is being the Lord. You asked that question in part of your closing of the intro. That if we could get that freedom is who I am, not Gloria, but who I am, that essence, that presence, that's what I am. If we could really be that, there would be no discussion of what's below the line.
Right.
And yet that's where that's where our focus is everything below the line.
Yes.
It's like, what if I just, it's like I want to just stay above the line. I want to just stay in that presence of freedom, the
Well, what would you-
presence of love, the presence of all. But even as I speak, I'm not there.
Right, because you speak.
Right.
All right? And what would you have to give up, so to speak? I'm just using words now. To not be Gloria, but to be the all.
I'd have to give up the lie
Yes, and what's the lie?
that I am a human,
Yes.
that I'm not all.
Yeah, see, you got every human known that, this is why wherever you go, I don't care if our director was asking the question during the break about, Hindus and so forth. I don't care where you go. If you go to Booga Booga Gaga Googa, okay, you're going to find that there's something there called a thinker who thinks about something called an objective world. Something that's not him or her, okay? Because that's what thinking is always about, something. And so the thing is, what you have to realize, this thinking about what you think you and the world are is Satan. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like Gloria standing here. It appears like she's below the line.
Yeah.
And I'm attached to that.
Yes.
I'm attached to being a human.
Yes.
Can I be unattached to being a human? And would that be what it would be required for me to even get a taste of the presence of all, is to be unattached to this human identity?
Yeah. What do you think Jesus was doing on the cross? Okay?
Yeah.
He was looking at, was he attached to not only the body? I mean, people deal with their bodies all the time. People somebody's committing suicide right now, okay? That ain't no big deal because they think that's the way out. Can you give up this mind, M-I-N-D, okay? This mind that tells you everything. It tells you who I am. Can you give up this thinking, feeling, perceiving mechanism that has to always do something? Okay? Right now, it tells you that it's even when you're not conscious of it. It tells you, it's making your stomach digest your food and so forth. Your lungs breathe in oxygen and so forth. But see, this thing called human, we all share. All right? And now I have a personal experience. Joan and I grew up in the same house together. But Joan has her own personal experience of Robert and Ruth Carter. I have my experience of Robert and Ruth Carter. Same parents, okay? But we have different experiences of them, okay? So I have a story about Alan that's different than Joan's story about Joan, okay? Or you can even have identical twins. APA's done a lot of research about twin studies because they love twin studies. But you can have twins, identical twins, who grow up in the same family and genetically are the same, okay? But they will have different personalities, okay? Why is that? Okay? That's an intelligent question. But I will have a story that I call, which my life will focus around. And cognitive psychologists stuff love these things called these cognitions that these belief systems that I think are not only those that I'm aware of, but those that I'm not aware of. Okay? And I would have, my life would be projected out about these beliefs. And I would have something called, this is who and what I am, and I would think I know how the world is, and I would think I would know how to navigate the world. And then I would share this with all humans, because all humans have a story. You just have a different interpretation of it. Okay, Joe, you had a question, your hand up a while back.
It's gone.
It's gone now. Okay. But, the point, though, is you want to get to the source. what's the source of it all, Leonard?
So then the source is probably, if I was to think about it, would be the intimate power that we have with beliefs. And if those beliefs will cause us to set up a condition that we wanted in our life based on that belief, and that belief will then become our experience.
Yes.
And so basically that's all coming from needs to be able to harness what we believe we are, which is a human or a personal identity.
Right.
But in reality, there is nothing there.
Right.
It's just a belief that you choose to experience based on the belief that we have as individuals.
Yeah. When you get clear that everything is perfect, okay? You mean what? Donald Trump? You know, well, for some Republicans, I guess he is. But the point, though, is I will look out in the world and says, this ain't right, you know, or this ain't right. You know, and of course, you would look out there and says, well, Alan Carter, you know, I got the right way and you got the wrong way, you know, if I'm a Republican or Democrat, whatever. But, yeah, I can't see that everything's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay? And so because my story is built around imperfection, about incompletion, something I didn't get. I thought, Joan, that Daddy didn't validate me enough, okay? And, well, you were going to cut fists, but I was a pretty good basketball player. And Daddy came to a basketball game, and I was trying to be Michael Jordan, LeBron James, you know, Magic Johnson, all combined. I couldn't hit, 1 point, okay? Matter of fact, Coach Holloway asked Daddy not to come to any more games, okay? But I found out later on Daddy would sneak and hide himself, and he would be at the games, but I didn't know he was there, okay? But I wanted Daddy to be proud, okay, proud of me. And I felt like, I didn't get, that he died when I was 16. And I didn't get that validation, okay? Now notice, that says something what I didn't have. Okay, and we all come from that. As a black person, I didn't have what white folks have. Or if you're poor, I ain't have what the rich folks have. Or whatever. Or if you're white, I ain't got ribbon like black folks or something. All right? But there's always I ain't got.
Yeah.
All right? It's got to tell you that. Yeah, Glory.
So I just got a new puppy a couple months ago.
Okay.
And one of the things that I'm noticing that I'm just having fun watching this little puppy just be a puppy.
Okay.
He's not seeing everything from a projection of the human mind, of the thoughts. It's just being. I think I have moments of just being.
Okay.
It's like, can you have moments of just being? But the minute I try to describe it, it's not that.
That's right. Because you can't talk about now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, but just to be now. That little puppy is just, as an analogy, just being a puppy.
Well,
He's not
yeah.
thinking about it. He's not trying to correct his past or trying to look out into the future. And that human mind is always trying to come from a place of lack, of trying to fix something or
Yeah,
make something
people say
better.
about babies, little children, like I have a little 3-year-old granddaughter, is she closer to God, than you or me, adults, because we are mature, we know how to think rationally, do practical, mature, responsible things. Well, okay, Jesus supposedly said, except you be as a little child, you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. Now, what was he going after then? Well, a child, not that a child is in heaven, because you got some little monster kids. Okay. I mean, but, the point, though, is, are they experiencing something that we have now, that we probably did experience as a kid, but we have, become mature,
right.
grown up-ish and so forth. And so, yeah, we want to get to it where there's more of a spontaneous part of us, okay? But that ain't it either, okay? That's not it. That might be a little bit freer, but that still ain't it.
So when you said that about children, I always think about really starting out with babies. You know,
Yeah.
everybody loves babies because we can see that babies have such a empty mind. They're like, they don't have memory like we do as adults. And I think that's how we get corrupted, and that's how we love babies, because we notice that that innocence is there. They don't have a memory of hating anybody or not hating anybody. They're just in the moment. They're present.
Well, yeah, to a certain extent. Now, you can have kids born autistic or whatever, you know. There's a whole debate in psychology, you know, nature versus nurture, you know, or is it all matter conditioning, your skin and all of them? Or, you know, is it, you know, biologically, genetically determined? Or even in the Eastern religions, you know, they have something called karma. And they say that, you know, you come to this plane or this incarnation because of unfinished business in a prior incarnation, whatever, okay, a previous life, okay? So there appears to be maybe something inherent, innately within you, you know, that, you know, will partially determine your experience of life. You know, Joe and I growing up in Normal, Alabama with Robert and Ruth Carter, you know, obviously was a big determinant of how we, quote, developed this thing called our personality. But then, you know, what was, you know, how do you separate out that which is innate from that which is, you know, determined by social and psychological conditioning, okay? We really don't know. Again, that's man trying to understand the ununderstandable, the greatest mystery, okay? And of course, the greatest mystery is God, me, okay? I am the greatest mystery. Now, is that Alan Carter? No. Although, you know, Freud was trying to get into, you know, and Carl Jung himself tried to go into a deeper area than Freud. That even when you get into the human mind, you know, and you go deep within, what are you going to find? Would I find that there's a Hitler within me? Or as Carl Jung would say, you know, the shadow, the evil. Yeah. You know, can I kill? Sure. You know, if I do it for the country, I'll get a medal for it. Okay, they would call me a hero. You know, if I was in World War II killing all those Nazis, they would pin a medal on me and say, you know, hey, he's a hero. But I'm a murderer. I'm killing. Thou shalt not kill. So all that is sociologically determined, you know. The point, though, is keep going with it. See, the mind always wants you to look out there. See, I know what's wrong with Lydia. I can tell you everything what's wrong. I like to talk about what's wrong with Lydia. You know, Joan, did you know that in Lydia, and she asked, you know, girl, let me tell you what all she said. You know, I love that, okay? Because I'm putting the attention and the focus out there. You know, just like Jehovah did. How come Jehovah didn't look within and said, hey, I created Satan. Now, what was wrong with me? Doing, or why don't I just get rid of Satan? Doing, hey, Jehovah, look within. Quit looking at my bedroom, Jehovah. Okay? Quit looking at me, Jehovah. All right? Look within and see all this evil that you allowed to be. Quit playing these games. Okay? If you're such a loving God. But no, his attention is always out there, which is what? Like Alan Carter. I like to see what's wrong with Lydia and Carol and so forth. Or Donald Trump. Oh, that's easy.
But, you know, even if you don't go out there, you go here.
Yeah.
And you start assessing yourself.
Yeah.
That's still the same thing.
Sure. But it's a little, in the relative land, or better than, lesser than, you know, of course you would rather live next door to Gandhi than to Hitler. Of course you would, okay? And so, of course, you'd rather have some money than no money, all right? So in the relative land, what is, yeah, but all of it, as you were saying, Lydia and Leonard, all of this is a lie. This is the only truth. I am that I am. God is. God is, I am. That's the only truth. Okay? But this little I, called Alan Carter, a human, all right, who thinks, and then he puts himself in a jail called the human jail, human thinking jail, okay, the prison of the human mind, and caught in this story called Alan Carter.
So what's the key to releasing you from the jail?
Ask who am I? Okay, because I, everything's connected to I. What is it? Okay? Oh, money isn't. How you know? Oh, I'm thinking about money. You can't have anything without I. All right? So that's why, who is this I that's having these thoughts? Who is this I that says I am? All right? And that's like you got a rope. And you could fall in the rope, fall in the rope, fall in the rope, trying to get to, because you don't think that you are absolute infinite truth, which you are. Okay? But that rope can get you to a place called nothing. All right? You got to get to nothing. That none of this is real. None of this is, true. Not even this thought called Alan Carter. Everything has to go. That's all Jesus was doing on Calvary. All right? He was trying to get rid of Jesus. This thought that he was Jesus, who thought that he could do something good. That would keep him out of heaven. This is what keeps me out. Now, in the mind of the relative, yes, do good, okay? Don't rob banks, okay? But I just got a signal that in those mountains are mountains that, we play like there's time, okay? So keep asking questions. Keep looking, keep that mind open, even though it's going to fight to have a conclusion called I know. Question that I know. And keep asking, who is it that thinks he or she knows? Thank you. Take a look around. There's war, natural disasters, famine, and disease. Is this what God intended? The temptation said, this earth is just a ball of confusion. And that's why I'm asking, is the world crazy? Or is it just me?
Join Dr. Alan Carter for a special live workshop entitled, Is the World Crazy or Is It Just Me? The workshop is held Saturday, July 21st. For more information, visit dralancarter.com.